All right. So once you sign in, this is what you'll see. You'll see the dashboard on Coinbase, and it'll show you the current price of Bitcoin. So you can see the current price is 43.12. It'll also show you kind of how much is down since this time last month. So it's down 10%, $500. You can keep scrolling down. It'll show you your portfolio, kind of what you're holding. It'll also show you your recent activity, kind of what you've been doing. So that's just the typical layout. It'll also show you the price of Ether and the price of Litecoin. So these are pretty much like the top 3 coins if you want to think of it that way. You got Ethereum, which is $300 pretty much. Litecoin, which is 54, and it's got the same information, kind of like a chart, portfolio, recent activity. So that's the dashboard. So you can click here, buy sell tab, and then you can select what you want to sell, what you want to buy or sell. So you can either buy Bitcoin, you can buy Ethereum, or you can buy Litecoin. And it's got your payment methods. So Coinbase is pretty much my first option when it comes to buying Bitcoin. If I want to buy some, I've got my bank accounts linked to it. So I've got both of my bank accounts, my Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and then I've also got my debit card linked to here, which is why I like it. I suggest you do the same. You link your bank accounts, that way you can purchase it directly. Also link your debit card. Debit card through Coinbase offers instant buys. So if you buy with a bank account or another payment option, it's going to take roughly maybe 3 to 4 days, maybe a week, for that to actually hit your account here on Coinbase. So you'll go ahead and you'll buy it at the current price, but you won't have access to what you buy for pretty much about a week. So I like using a debit card because it's instant. So I can go ahead and buy it, and as soon as I buy it, say if I bought let's see, $500 worth of Bitcoin, I would have it instantly. So I like the debit card option. And then if you want to, so when you log in, of course, you won't have any of this here, like the bank accounts. You come here, select add new account, and then it'll take you to this screen. You can just hit add payment method, and it kind of describes the different options here. You can use PayPal, so kind of lower limits, and bank account, you've got higher limits, debit card, lower limits. So pretty much what the limits are, you've got a limit to how much Bitcoin you can buy or sell per day, per week, per month. So pretty much this breaks it down here for you. So pretty much with a bank account, you've got the highest limits if you just link your bank account. So for me, I think I have like a 10K a day or week limit, something like that, through a bank account. But it takes 4 or 5 days for the coins that I purchased today. It takes, business days for those to actually hit my account. So with a debit card, it's an instant buy. And again, if I buy it today, it's going to hit my account as soon as I'm done. As soon as I'm done purchasing. So you can select the option which you like. It does have lower limits. I think my limit with a credit card purchase is like 3K per day. And when you're starting off, you're going to have lower limits because you're going to have to do what they call verify. And I'll kind of explain that in a little bit more detail in a minute. But those are different options that you have. So, and then you can also set up bank wires. I don't have any set up, as you can see. So let's see. So coming back here to the buy or sell. So say if I wanted to buy Bitcoin right now, say I wanted to buy $500 worth, I put 500. This is the amount of Bitcoin I get. I get a 0.113 and some change. So then I can hit, and then for the payment method, I can select my debit card, and that'll come off of my debit, show as a debit card transaction. And you can see my limits here. So my limit is 3K. If I wanted to link a bank account, then my limit is 10K. And this bar right here just shows how much of your limit you have. And again, that's the amount that you can either buy or sell per day, I believe. And then, so I will come here to say buy. And then see, so if I did a buy using a bank account, it's got my payment method. It's going to show the date that it's available, that it hits my account here on Coinbase. So today is October 1st. So it will take about 7 days, 6-7 days for it to hit my account. So I'll get it Saturday, October 10th. And I shouldn't have hit the Y, but that's pretty much when I'll get it, and it'll go into my wallet. And then you got a $7 fee, subtotal, total 500. So boom. So going back, if I selected, go back to my buy and sell. Now if I selected my debit card, did the same thing, 500, buy Bitcoin instantly. Okay, now it's got debit card available instantly, my wallet. Now the fee, you got higher fees if you use your debit card. So that fee went from $7 to pretty much $19. So that's a pretty big fee, but again, it's available instantly. So that's another option. And then you confirm it if you want to confirm it. I don't want to confirm that. I'm going to cancel it. So your accounts. So now I've got different accounts here for the different coins. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to set up accounts, because pretty much think of Bitcoin, in order to store Bitcoin, just like if you had physical money, fiat money, you need a wallet. That's what people keep their money in, their physical money in. Think of Bitcoin the same way. Even though it's a virtual currency, it's not tangible, you need a virtual wallet in order to store it. So pretty much you'll have to create a wallet, and for your accounts here, under the accounts tab, you can just hit new, create new account, and then the type, and you choose your currency. So for you guys, this doesn't have an option here, but you will want to select Bitcoin, and then it will create it, and then it will show you your Bitcoin address. So your address is what actually is like a virtual wallet that stores your Bitcoin. So each site that you use is going to have a wallet for you, a wallet and an address. So one address is attached to each wallet. So it's 1 and 1. Now you can have multiple wallets and they'll have different addresses, a different address for each wallet. But for this purpose, we just want to have one. And so if we take a look at wallet, let's see. Now, once it creates your wallet for you, you'll have an address. And so here, see, it's got my Bitcoin address, my wallet address, and it'll come up and it'll show you address. So if I wanted to receive Bitcoin, this is the address that my wallet is stored. So you've got like the little code, and then it's got the actual the address and characters. So anytime you want to send Bitcoin to, say, like a Coinbase, because there's different sites, you would need this wallet, and it'll ask you, the site will ask you for a address that you want to send it to, and this is the address that you will want to copy and send your Bitcoin to. See, and so for example, so that was to receive. So if somebody, say a friend wanted to send me $25 worth of Bitcoin, and I want to send it, they say, hey, what's your address that I can send it to? So I would come here and then show address, and then I would copy this, and then I would send my friend or whoever, I would send them this address, and this is where you can send the Bitcoin to. Now, if I wanted to send, so I would need somebody else's address, or say, hey, maybe I have multiple accounts. So like another site is Local Bitcoin that I make purchases for Bitcoin from. So say I want to send the Bitcoin from here to my Local Bitcoin account to sell or to do whatever with. then I would go to local Bitcoin and I would do the same thing, find my receive address, copy it, and then I would paste that here. So I paste it here, and then where is that money coming from? So it's going to be withdrawn from my wallet, and you can name your wallet whatever you want to. That's just the name of my wallet. It's got my current balance, which is just like $1, and then it's got like the amount. So I can do, and then you do not have enough funds to send this account, you have to send, because there's fees. So anytime you send Bitcoin or do anything with Bitcoin, you have little fees. So I mean, that's $1 fee. That's pretty cheap. So the fees are small, but yeah, anytime you send Bitcoin or do anything, transfer, stuff like that, there's a little fee associated with it. So in this case, I don't have enough to cover what's in my account and to cover the fees. So I get this message here. And then wherever you're sending it, you can make a little note if you want to. And I would just say local bitcoins.com, because that's where I'm sending it if I want to send it. And then I would hit continue. You can do an email address for that recipient, but I don't really do that. I do the wallet address, and make sure you get just make sure, double check, triple check. I usually like to check to make sure I have the right address, check the first few characters, and then I check the last few characters and make sure it's all correct, because you don't want to send it to the wrong address. So if you're sending it or you're trying to receive and you don't have the correct address, there's no way for you to get that money back. So it might be a wrap for you. So you always want to make sure that you have the correct address. So double check it, triple check it. Make sure the address you're sending it to is what you have entered. Or the same thing, if you're receiving it, if you're copying your address and you're trying to receive it, double check, triple check that address and make sure it's the same. So you can have different wallets on Coinbase. Like I said, they deal in Bitcoin, they deal in Ethereum, and they deal in Litecoin. And then you can also just keep money. Like if you just wanted to just have money here to buy Bitcoin, then you have a USD wallet, and you can deposit money here just so you can have it pretty much on hand if you want to buy it. And then you can deposit it from, where's it coming from? Bank of America account, Wells Fargo. You can add a different account, or you can do a wire transfer, whatever method works for you. But you can send it to your USD wallet, and then pretty much just say if I just sent $100, then $100 would show up here under my USD wallet, and then I would come to buy and sell, and then buy it, and then payment went method, and then I could probably link my USD wallet here, and that's where it would come from. All right, so let's see. So again, those are different accounts. There's Vault. So think of the Vault as kind of like a long time hold. Like if you wanted to like say, just like you have like a little safe at your house that you might keep money in, think of the Vault the same way. So you don't want to just keep it in a regular wallet that you may carry around with you or whatever. Then this Vault is an option too here on Coinbase. As you can see, I don't use it. I just keep it in my regular wallet. But if you wanted something kind of more like a, I don't know if it's safer or more secure because I've never used it, but kind of just like a long-term hold type deal, you can use the Vault. But again, I just keep my money in the wallet, and that works fine for me. Let's see. So tools, it just shows you your addresses. So let's see. So if you want to see your addresses for your Bitcoin or whatever coin that you have, you can come here. If you want to create a new address, if you're tired of using the same one and you want to be more secure or whatever the case, you can create a new address. I really don't do anything here. Reports, I really don't mess with tools too much. Two-factor authentication, so you can use this, and you can just set it to however you want to. So you need a verification, say Google Authenticator is what I use. I have that app on my phone, and so in order to do anything, say for anything over 1.2 Bitcoin, it has to be verified via the code using the Google Authenticator. Or you can set it to any amount. So even if you do say $25 worth of Bitcoin, then you have to get authentication. It just depends how strict you want to be. It also shows you different applications, confirm devices, all that is here under the security page. You can also, let's see, preferences. It's got that information, zones, payment methods. If you want to add payment methods, you come here. API access, don't have that set up, and then your limits. So again, here you can see my limits. My limits have just recently been increased. So when you're first starting off, you're going to have low limits, and in order to increase your limits, you'll have to use it. So if your limit when you first start, say for a bank account, might be like $1,000, then you may have to buy, I can't remember exactly because it's been a while since I've used Coinbase, so if I'm wrong, I apologize, but you may have to hit your limits initially in order to raise them. It might be super low, maybe not even 1,000, it might be like $500 or $250. And once you hit your limit or you do a few transactions, then it should automatically increase your limits for you from you using their website. Another thing would be you can also kind of request to increase your limits. So you can contact Coinbase and ask, and they'll give you steps on what you need to do to increase your limits. So here you can see my limits, and again, they'll increase over time. What else? Verifications. I believe there's different tiers of verifications. Let me see if I can remember where to go. So profile. I can't remember exactly where to go for the verification to increase your limits. Well, just a verification in general, because there's different tiers, a tier 1, 2, 3, maybe even tier 4. I can't remember. But pretty much what you'll have to do is you'll have to upload or put in your personal information through Coinbase, like your address and etc. Name, phone number, address. Put that information in, and that's tier 1. So for tier 1, I don't think it allows you to link any bank accounts or anything like that. The only thing you can use Coinbase for is to just send and receive Bitcoin. Tier 2, I think, asks for like a photo ID, and for a photo ID, it would be like a driver's license, something like that, or maybe like a bill utility, and then that'll allow you, once you send them that information and it's verified, that'll give you actual limit. So now you can buy and sell maybe up to like $1,000, whatever the limit is. I believe that will be under either profile or preferences to kind of get that set up. I don't remember exactly, but that option will be there for you. Third tier, I believe, for even higher limits, is maybe like giving them your social security number or some more just details like that. Maybe a copy of a bill, copy of a passport, something like that. And then you send that into them, they verify it, and then now your limits have increased to even higher. So it just depends on whatever you feel comfortable with. If you don't feel comfortable giving all that information, you don't have to. You can just stick with probably tier 2, whatever the lowest one is that allows you to buy and sell Bitcoin. Just stick with that tier. But if you wanted to increase it, those are the steps that you would need to take to increase it. So that's kind of just to get you up and going, get you started. Like I said, using Coinbase, which allows you to buy and sell Bitcoin. And then I also have some videos kind of going in a little bit more detail coming up shortly. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please just add them to the comments, or feel free to hit me up if you have my number, and I'll try to post more videos answering the questions that you have, and then even going into more detail about Bitcoin. But I'm kind of short on time right now, so I have to end it here. I just want to do something real quick showing you how to go ahead and kind of get set up and get going so you can actually buy Bitcoin. Again, with Coinbase, I think to get set up and verified and get your bank accounts linked, if you link a bank account, I believe it takes a few days, so it's not going to be instant. So if you're trying to buy, if you're like, man, I want to jump in and buy Bitcoin now, you know, sorry to tell you, it's going to take a few days because it's got to verify your information. You got to go through those steps. Then it's going to verify your bank account. So you're going to have to set limits or do the verification tiers. And then once you link a bank account, it might make a deposit of like 1 cent, and then it'll withdraw that 1 cent the next day or instantly, just to verify that your bank account information is correct. Now, if you wanted to link a debit card, I can't remember how long the verification process takes for a debit card, but you can just take a look at the instructions, or it should tell you. But that may be instant, or it may be a few days. I'm not sure. On here too, I'm pretty sure they have a FAQ section if you have any questions. Let's see. You can contact support if you have any questions, but I don't see a FAQ here. But you can probably just go to Google, like I'm going to now, and do Coinbase FAQ, and then yep. So you got the Coinbase FAQ. You can just select it, and it's got some frequently asked questions, and you can just go through it and see if any of your questions are answered. Some tax questions, stuff like that. So if you got any questions, you know, like I said, just Google Coinbase FAQ. Come here, take a look at the links, and I'll see here. Actually, the first link. So Coinbase FAQ in Google, first link that comes up, first hit. Boom. You got all these different options here: payment methods, buy, sells, wallet services. So all this info, and it'll get you set up. And again, I'll be making more videos, answering more questions and going into more detail about how Bitcoin works and what it actually is. I just wanted to go ahead and make a couple videos showing you guys how to get set up, how to get going, so you can go ahead and purchase Bitcoin. I've got another video using another method that I use besides Coinbase called localbitcoins.com. And it'll be showing you how to buy it. You can pretty much buy it instantly. You don't have to do all the verification stuff that you would do with Coinbase and link bank accounts, because you're doing actual transactions with people. So that one's a little bit quicker. So if you just want to buy Bitcoin instantly and not wait around a few days to get verified with Coinbase, then localbitcoins.com is another alternative that I use. And that works very well. And I'll be showing you that in the next video. So either option is good. And like I said, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please let me know. Thanks for tuning in.